Okay, for number 1, you're going to simplify and then you're going to identify any x values in which the expression is undefined. So the first one I'm going to look at, I have this plus sign in here, so I can't just start canceling things, which sometimes we like to do, but you can't do that. So what I need to do is I need to factor the bottom. 5x cubed, all divided by, and on the bottom I'm going to take a 5x out. So I have 2x plus 1 left. Don't forget about this 1. It doesn't just cancel. 5x divided by 5x is 1. And then since we have this is all by itself and it's all multiplied together, this is multiplied to this. So I can cancel it because technically it's all together. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to start canceling. So I can take a 5 out of top and bottom, and I can take an x out here and take an x out here. So now I have x squared left. So my problem will end up x squared all over 2x plus 1. Now, I cannot cancel out the x's, or these two x's, because I don't have an x in all 3 of them. So, I am finished with number 1, working it out, but that's my answer. It's undefined. I always go back to this right here. I'd set 5x equal to 0, which is going to be divided by 5 on both sides, 0. Undefined at 0, and when x equals, this one I said equal to 0, minus 1, so 2x equals negative 1, divide by 2 on both sides, and x equals negative 1/2. So at 0 and negative 1/2. Now going back to number 2, or going to number 2, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to factor, and it's x minus 3 and x plus 1, and on the bottom we have x plus 1 and x plus 4, and they're multiplied together so I can cancel. And what I have left is x minus 3 over x plus 4. So that is my answer, and now I have to look at what's undefined here. And I look at this bottom and I set this equal to 0, which would be negative 1. And this equal to 0, which would be negative 4. Okay, moving on to number 3. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to factor. Well, the first part I can't factor, so there's nothing to take out and nothing to factor. So then I look at my second one, and this turns into x minus 6 and x plus 3. Well, I want to factor, I want to cancel these two right here, but they're different, but they're kind of similar. So I look at it and I'm like, well, if I take out a negative, so I'm going to say equals, take out a negative out of the top, I have x minus 6, which is the same as what I have on the bottom. And I'm like, sweet, I can cancel. So I go through and I cancel those out, and I have a negative 1 on top all over x plus 3 left. That is my answer. And I look at what it's undefined, or when it's undefined, and I always go back to my original after I factored it. So x can't be 6 and x can't be negative 3, because then I'll have 0 on the bottom and that makes it undefined. So 6 and negative 3. Number 4. Again, I'm going to factor, and this one I can only take out of the GCF, or I can take out the GCF, which is 5x squared. So I have just 1x, or x, minus 6 all over 2 times x minus 6. And I'm so excited because I can cancel. Yay! I can't cancel anything out here because they don't reduce. So my answer is 5x squared all over 2. If you have 2.5 x squared, that would be fine too, but you can leave it just like this and it's going to be great. And then you're going to say, when is it undefined? Well, when 2 equals 0, which is not true, so you can't do that, and when x minus 6 equals 0, which is 6.